Yo, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are finally back this week. Sorry to you guys, I wasn't able to do last week's chapter, or I think it was 2 weeks ago because we had that break. I wasn't able to do that because I ended up having a lot of stuff to do with work, and then also just because it was the 4th of July, so the holidays included, I was just really busy during that time, so I wasn't really able to do much when it came to trying to get everything, I guess you could say, together for the stream. So I just decided we'd do another week where we're doing two chapters again. Um, so today, guys, we're actually going to be hopping right into it. Please be sure to like, comment, or subscribe to the channel and on this video. And I will also be starting off with, again, chapter 1119 titled Emeth. Now, I have read this chapter, so I know a pretty good amount about it. But my main thing is I want to make sure to run that through with you guys so we kind of have a little bit of consistency here based on the last chapter reaction. So we're gonna start off from here, and we're pretty much gonna go right into the chapter. Um, all right. So chapter 1119, Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 9. Kibi getting stoned. Kibi getting stoned by kids who resent Kaido. And you can see Yamato here traveling throughout Wano, and basically the kids there just kind of hating on her because she's related to Kaido. Oda's editor notes last week said, hold on, give me 1 second. Oda's editor notes last week said, I got shown Luffy on the Las Vegas Sphere. Hopefully someday I'll see it with my own eyes. That was pretty cool. Okay. We're gonna go down here. Let me see. Go, Stussy. You knew this would be my response, right? Friends, don't make me laugh. I did respect you. You were a relentless associate, but nothing will sway Lucci when he comes back. Also, just as a thing for you guys, I might try to get the setup a little bit different here, but the reason I'm looking this way is because my second monitor is this way. So the monitor that's more facing towards the camera, I actually have for you guys for the chats and everything. I might try to flip-flop this setup, but for right now it works, so I kind of just have this going on. But if you ever wonder why I'm looking more this way, it's because my monitor is this way. But back to the chapter. I did respect you. You were a relentless associate, but nothing will sway Lucci when he comes back. Kaku, I leave. And then you have Kaku looking devastated. And then we get to the most controversial panel of the whole last 2 weeks. We have Gear 5 Luffy and Gear 5 Bonnie. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. This is gonna be a blast. It kind of sounded like Dory there or something. That's Straw Hat's face. It's just like his bounty poster. Nika. Two Nikas. I see. He made a phasma. Man, this word's so hard to say sometimes. A phasimal. I don't know what it is. She basically made a fake with her age powers. Don't get ahead of yourselves, guys. Nothing hurts these guys. Wow, guys, I'm sorry. My reading is going crazy because of that word. Anyways, guys, nothing hurts these things, even if they're sliced up or crushed. That's why I want to. And then we have one of the Gorosei blasting down on Luffy, and then he's saying, "Give it your all and hurl me at him full force." Wow, I just took that blast. The panel actually looks pretty crazy, so I don't know. Seeing it like on this screen versus when I was reading it before on my phone is definitely different, but it's pretty cool. So all we can do is throw you straight at it. Give it our all, huh? You asked for it. We're gonna attack Luffy? Why? We'll leave the bird to you guys then. Stop dancing, you fools. Put out the fire and set sail. What? But you two were doing it earlier, Captain. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm thinking of last chapter, but last chapter we got the whole thing where they were pretty much dancing on well, they weren't dancing, but the bird actually like got some of the giants and actually caught them on fire. So that's why some of the ship is on fire. All right, so we go down. We see Luffy in this crazy balloon Gear 5 form, grabbing the bird by his wings, and then he's saying, "Hurry, while I've got a hold of it." And then we've got Sanji saying, "Captain's orders are absolute. Bonnie-chan, Ifrit Jambul, hell." And then we've got Frankie, impactful, strong. And then we've got Bonnie going, all right then, giant Nika, memories, right? Punch. Youch, that hurt, says Luffy. And literally he's getting blasted towards the bird. I think it's not Ethan, it's Marcus Mars. I believe it's Marcus Mars. So yeah, Marcus Mars is taking this hit from Luffy right now with the impact of everybody else behind him. And then Bonnie going crazy saying, huh, it hurts. And then Luffy's just screaming. And then you see Ethan literally getting freaking blasted right now. And he's kind of taking in Ethan, or not Ethan, Marcus right now. Ah, man, the Gorosei's names are so hard. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. Bird Gorosei. One. No. Why does it? So hold on. So which one is it? Of course, they give me the panel without the naming on it. I'm just trying to make sure I get the pronunciation right, so nobody tries to come at me in the comments being like, "You don't even know the names of the Gorosei." Um, hmm. Can't really find them to be honest. I mean, I know who they are and I know their names, but I cannot find a Google search of the name. Bird Gorosei name. Yes, St. Marcus Mars. I was right. Okay, so we have St. Marcus literally taking the shot, and Luffy saying, "Of course it does. You guys are using hockey. Now, gum, don't let up, Bonnie Chan. Keep going till you've crushed the life out of him. What's wrong with you guys?" And you have Bonnie looking all funny because she's in Gear 5. And then you have Luffy going, "Booming Dawn Balloon." And he sends Marcus flying to the point where we get a Team Rocket takeoff. All right, it's gone. It won't be back anytime soon. Let's get going, guys. Yeah. What about Usopp and the others? They were meant to fly down here, fly down and meet us here, but they're late. I'll go check. Atlas Chan. Oh, Sanji's going like, Atlas Chan? York is monitoring us. Lilith, where? And then we cut to the Iron Giant saying nothing of the sorts. That's why Whole Cake Island. Huh? Whoa. That ceaselessly inherited aspect, and then they're saying it's on again. Sorry, the word, like the way they do this, where it's like one freaking panel and or like one speech bubble and then another, it kind of throws you off on how to read. Like if you're not reading to yourself, because like you're talking for the people of the island, and then next like speech bubble you're talking for like Vegapunk or something, and it's like okay. So whoa, that ceaselessly inherited aspect, it's on again. What is he talking about? We can call it a will. It's on. And then you have Vivi and Morgan's right there. It's back on. Was it a bad signal? And then you've got York. Elders, you just interrupted the transmission. The snail's memory circuit is still intact. You have to destroy it directly if you want to shut it down for good. And then Vegapunk saying, and to those that have suffered for this, I can only pray my voice reaches you. And it's interesting here that we have this shot of them on this island, like the dude stuck in the treasure box, because like it's like, is this supposed to be an insightful panel where we see that like they have been the ones that suffered from this for whatever reason? Because I couldn't imagine why they would be, but it's I guess one of those things where you don't know if it's like something that relates to them in a very like subtle way, or if it's like they're just basically showing parts of the world and they happen to just be in this panel. But anyways, we cut back to Luffy going, huh? What the? Is this rain? Was that an explosion? No. It's the Cypher Pull agents and a bunch of debris. They're falling out of the sky? Catch them, they'll die. The Seraphim are here too. Look, old timers, that monster's spitting them out. It's like a fountain. It's coming for us. We gotta hurry and get some distance. And then you have one of the Gorosei glaring. Before I even go off, let me see here. You have Saint Shepherd Jupiter, so we'll call him Jupiter. Jupiter is now looking at the giant ship, and they're saying, it's gonna suck us in, move it, damn it. After all the progress we made, he's pulling us back. Furl the sails, use the oars instead. And then you got Luffy saying, you bastard, and doing a Gear 3rd punch onto him in Gear 5 mode. Get 'em, Nika. A giant white monster and reigning Cypherpole agents. Even dreams aren't this wild, says Doll. I'm pretty sure it's Doll or it's one of the Navy agents. And then we have Topman. Topman is coming in, and he is, I guess, running towards somebody. Oh, he's running towards Luffy, saying, "Damn it, the boar is heading right for you. Look out." Hmm. So Luffy knocked them back, and then he's looking back at them. It's kind of hard to see in that panel because you do see that the Topman is pretty much running toward him, but you can't really see Luffy's face, but he is looking back at him. His skin is really tough. It's gonna smash the ship. We gotta run. And then you've got this crazy epic shot that I can imagine in the anime. They're just gonna have like the most dramatic music where he's just basically hopping from the island over to the ship. Like it just looks insane, and his scale is insane too. And then you've got Bonnie-chan. I can't hold it. Being free is too tiring. And then we have something under the sea. Joy Boy looking down with probably observation Aki. And then we literally cut to this beautiful panel of freaking just like it's literally just the Iron Giant coming up and freaking left-handing this Gorosei Topman, and it's just it looks intense. Listen up, Emmett. The time is at hand. The time. What the hell is that? Robot! So you've got Gear 5 Luffy, who of course is amazed at this. I definitely like this chapter. I mean, there's not much to review because it's kind of like everything already happened, so it is cool. But I will say that when it comes to looking at this, it's just cool that like the Iron Giant just comes up out of the water and straight slugs the Topman. I always want to say the Gorosei, but I'm trying to get used to saying their names versus the Gorosei. But it is pretty cool. And then I gotta say, I do like the fact that like when you go onto these panels, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but I don't know if this is a thing. But particularly, maybe it's just like a random like just coincidence, but I feel like it's kind of crazy that Luffy threw a left punch at Jupiter, and then the Iron Giant throws a left punch at Topman, as if like he was controlling the robot or something. I don't know if that's what's going on here. Maybe it's just they both threw a left punch, and that's just it coincidentally. But I feel like there could be some up with that. But very good chapter though. It did feel like a long break. I know it was for last week and everything, so it's kind of crazy we're reviewing it now. But we are going to review the chapter from here and pretty much go on to 1120. So let's go. Ooh, all right. Before we hop into this, I'm just gonna look real quick. It's pretty cool just seeing Oda's cover work. I like to appreciate all the artwork. It's titled Atlas, by the way. Hmm. Alright, the title reads Only Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 10. Kids getting put in time out by the daimyo of Kibi, Denjiro. So Denjiro has actually taken the kids we saw from last chapter and actually put them in timeout in a net, which is kind of low key crazy, but I mean, hey, if it works. And even Yamato's like, hey, you don't have to do all that, so even Yamato really didn't mind. Um, but from here, we're going on. We're going to read Oda's editor notes. It says, I got a Rayquaza Somen slider kit. I've already sampled the cold noodles it serves. Something this elegant can't slide under the radar. A Rayquaza Somen slider kit. Let me look that up real quick. That actually sounds pretty good. Rayquaza Somen slider kit. Huh. A Rayquaza Somen slider kit? So like, huh. Like I see it, it looks interesting, but I'm like, okay, wait, let's just, something's like it can't go slide under the radar. So like, I mean, I'm not exactly sure how this works. Does it like spit out noodles? I'm guessing. Is there like a video for this? Hold on, going on a little detour
This is a
real quick.
Rayquaza Nagashi Somen slider by Takara Tomy. And Nagashi Somen basically in Japanese just means flowing noodles. Flowing water takes the noodles down this little chute and you basically just catch it on the way down. I've never done it, but it's definitely on the bucket list. And the Japanese toy company Takara Tomy actually has a couple variations of these Somen sliders. And not to mention they have a very long history of working with Pokemon. The slide actually resembles Rayquaza's body, and the flowing water comes from his mouth. Which seems a little strange because I'm pretty sure that Rayquaza can't actually learn any water type moves on his own. It also features a couple other Pokemon like Pikachu and a few other water types. And personally, I think it's a really cool and unique product. The Rayquaza Summon Slide will release on June 1st, you guess it, in Japan only, and will retail for about $95 US.
Interesting. Alright. Well, that was pretty cool. Okay, so, I mean, now we know what a Soman slider kit is. I'd actually like to go to a restaurant that has that and probably a couple, like, dipping sauces, I guess you could say. So, that with the noodles, pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Alright. So, we're gonna hop into it. 1120. Here we go. Alright. So, 26 years ago, Punk Hazard, a genius in his prime, I implore you, Vegapunk, please aid us in our research. It is imperative that we study the Void Century. The world's history can't remain shrouded in darkness. Our research requires expertise in numerous fields. I work for the government now. I can't afford to leak my findings. And then you've got something growling. Looks almost like a dragon. So I guess he had a pet dragon or something back in the day. He's talking to younger Clover. How many times have they caught you anyway? Open your eyes. Can't you see why they keep letting you go free? They're hoping to flush out your allies. Stand down. Let the past remain shrouded. You won't find the answer to good and evil in a bunch of old stories. I once knew someone who carried a D in their name. He was killed right in front of me. We grew up together. He was my big brother. His real name was Clium? Clium D. Clover? I guess I want to say Clium, because they put the little asterisk above the I, so I think it's Clium. Clium D. Clover. We were only friends. Oh wow, so that's like the flashback part behind him. On that day, I lied to save myself. Tell me, how am I meant to accept a world where you can't die just for having the wrong name? History will only continue to be suppressed and the people will never know. And then you've got Vegapunk, younger, looking very shocked there. Kind of crazy seeing him with that, like, I guess you could say, like, Hulk Hogan mustache goatee combo. It looks pretty interesting. I'll forget about what you just told me, but I'm afraid I can't help you. Do your best to stay safe, Vegapunk. Sorry, I'm taking a pause for a second. I'm just looking at the panels because, like, it's just interesting seeing them younger, and I'm just seeing if there's anything else in the panels. The voices of the past call out to you. Just wait. I'll solve this puzzle, and when I do, you won't be able to ignore them. 22 years ago. So we went from 26 years ago to 22 years ago. Did you hear the news from West Blue? O'Hara came face to face with a buster call. Take a look. It's the biggest massacre ever. They finally got that archaeologist Clover. Shoo, no. That's what happens when you look into the Void Century. No one's gonna make that mistake again. And then you got Vegapunk looking solemn. I implore you, Vegapunk. And then it says, I guess he's looking at Nico Robin's wanted poster as a child. Oh, it looks like some brat survived. And then you must have had a chance to escape. Clover. So, okay. So he's thinking that maybe he escaped. That's interesting. I guess that's what he's thinking when he's younger. And then he gets to O'Hara. And that's where part of this flashback is still emanating. We have the Vegapunk we saw in the flashback with Dragon now saying, you chose death. Was passing on your research that important? You fools. Did you really expect someone to be curious enough to follow in your footsteps after this? And then I think, are cutting back to the present on Egghead Island. Someone once told me that the voices of the past call out to you. History is written by the victors. And the words of the vanquished are usually cast into a deep, dark ocean. That being said, their truth can still come to light if the oppressed carry it on their backs and endure. And this is just a crazy panel because we have Chef Zeph and everyone at the Baratier. We have the slaves working on the bridge, and the slave masters and everything. We have Robin, who looks like she's crying because she remembers the words of what Clover said that Vegapunk is talking about. And then we cut to the top of Egghead, and they say, "Hey, what are you doing? For my part, I am leaving this to the world. Hurry and blast off," says Zoro. "It's no good, we can't. That old centaur is gonna keep attacking. We're finished if he does. The ship can only fly for a kilometer. If the geezer disrupts our trajectory even a little, we won't make it." Hmm. So this is interesting. Like, I guess Zoro's arguing with Lilith, but like I don't get the argument because he's saying that we have to blast off and she's saying that we can't, but then the ship can only fly for a kilometer. If the geezer disrupts our trajectory even a little, we won't make it. So it's because of how far they can go that if they get attacked, they won't make it. But it's like if he comes back and attacks you anyways, you're not going to make it. So you may as well fly off and then just try to fend him off. It's definitely a weird conversation they're having because they're both basically arguing about going. Just they're one's worried about if Ethan is going to disrupt their flight pattern, which I get, but it's like, well, you kind of got to go no matter what. Otherwise, you're going to deal with this dude. All right, tangent over. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. So we have a shot of Ethan looking menacing and Lilith saying, "The wind's blowing north, and that's reducing our lift. Any further jolts will make us fall short of our projected landing zones. According to my calculations, if we miss the ocean, our damages will be critical. We have to get rid of him first." And then it looks like a shot of Ethan behind Lilith, just going crazy. And then we go down to all right, I'll admit it. I think this panel is crazy because he straight drew Lilith from behind, but I think Oda put a little bit of emphasis on the booty. Being honest with you, because I looked down and like the shot was just kind of crazy. So I think Oda did that on purpose. I don't care what y'all say. That shit crazy. But all right, back to the chapter. Back to the chapter. All right, so then we have Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Wait, misinterpretations going crazy right now. All right, so we have a shot of Atlas literally left hooking Lilith, and then Zoro saying, "Huh? Atlas?" And then why did you do that to Lilith? And then Atlas is just like, wait, what? And then I'm okay, hold on, because I don't know what's happening in these next like panels, but it almost looks like she's killing Lilith. So Atlas is like breathing heavy. It looks like she grabbed. She looks like she grabbed Lilith, and there's a snap sound. So it's like, did she just snap her neck? What is the snapping sound? I don't understand. Like, did she like catch her head? Like, what happened? "I'll leave her in your hands, huh? Take off. I'll make sure you make it in one piece." How ironic. One piece. But anyways, I don't know. That panel there's a little bit confusing because of the Snapchat bubble. It's like, did she like grab her before her head fell, or what even happened there? And then, okay, she says, "What are you talking about?" And then Lilith's axis has been severed. Atlas is the only one left. So, okay, I don't know exactly what she did, but I'm guessing she did something to Lilith to probably disrupt. I don't know why I said that like that, like Lilith. Anyways, yeah, I'm going crazy right now. Anyways, I think the snapping sound was her somehow taking out the access that York has to Lilith. So that's what that is. It's very confusing unless you go down a little bit. But continuing on, we have York saying Lilith's axis has been severed. Atlas is the only one left. And then we have a shot of Lilith who's passed out. "Take Lilith inside, Zoro." "Got it." "Atlas, you've got to explain." And I guess they're saying that at the ship as Atlas runs off. So Atlas is running towards Ethan right now, and then you have Jinbei and Chopper saying, "Let's go, Jinbei. We'd regret it if we hesitated now. Do it, Brooke. Oh, do it, Brooke." And then right away, Zoro-san. And then you have okay. It's just a lot going on because like Atlas is running towards Ethan right now. There's a whoosh sound effect, and then you just hear as Brooke is getting ready to launch the ship. You see Kude, and then you have Ethan and Atlas about to square up. Oh wow! I guess Ethan takes off Atlas's arm as she rushes towards him. Um, interesting. So he got her left arm. She actually takes the hit, gets him with his right arm, and pretty much takes him away. But she's using the power of the boots to actually take him away. And then we see burst, and we literally have this epic shot of the Sunny actually going finally off of the top level of Egghead Island. So they're all taking off, and then we cut back to the broadcast. This broadcast of mine, says Vegapunk, I'm praying that this message gets transmitted safely. And then we cut to a shot of the lower part of Egghead and everything on fire, the Iron Giants, the Marines, the giant ship, and they're saying, "Whoa, Vice Admiral Houncer, what is this? There's a snake, a boar, a bird, and now a robot. Where did these giant creatures come from? I honestly don't have the faintest idea. It's the huge Robo," and Luffy's just looking amazed as he sees this robot. An Iron Giant. Oh my god, he got me a little bit excited just talking about the Iron Giant. Iron Giant, Joy Boy. I am happy we got to meet again. And he's saying, and then he says, "Over here, you." So I don't know. I get okay. This might be like one of those meme things where like I've seen it before in One Piece where like they do that like the arm thing like hey, like kind of like being like crazy. But Luffy is hearing the voice of all things probably from the robot, I think. And then from here we have the robot pretty much getting a little bit annoyed, like, "Hey, you better know who I am. I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to you." And then basically he finally figures out that the Iron Giant is talking to him. We cut back to a little bit of Vegapunk's messaging saying, "I realize it would be foolish to blindly trust in a one-sided account of a 900-year-old battle. I came like before. Your enemy is my enemy. I am glad. I can fight for you again, Joy Boy. You can talk? That's so cool. I will protect you from danger, Joy Boy." It looks. I like the shot of Luffy that Oda drew because Luffy looks purely like a kid here, and then it's just interesting. But this always makes me think sometimes to like the way he looks there and the way the giant is talking to him always makes me think back to when Kaido said, "Who are you?" Because even though he's supposed to be the embodiment of Joy Boy because of his powers and everything, it's like I always feel like Luffy is somebody else or could be somebody else because of the devil fruit he ate. And just seeing them talk to each other and then Luffy's face like this, he looks super happy, which is cool. But it just always reminds me of what Kaido said, asking like, "Who are you?" You know. Um, so okay, we go down and we see the Gorosei, we have Saint Jupiter, and we have Topman. We must pound them to dust. It seems Vegapunk's speech is all but over. And then we have the giant saying, "Let's go. Hey, Straw Hat, is he a friend?" "Not really. He was saying something about protecting some guy called Joy Boy. Who even is that?" "It talked? We didn't hear a thing." "Whoa, really?" So Luffy still is knowledgeable about the fact that he has the voice of all things, and I mean, obviously, right now we're not going to get the Joy Boy lore to Luffy, but I feel like it's kind of crazy they didn't have the reaction that Luffy didn't know who Joy Boy was, even though they consider him Joy Boy or Nika apparently. So like, I mean, they more know about Nika probably than Joy Boy, or they probably know about both if they are the same person. But I think from here it's kind of interesting seeing him say some guy called Joy Boy, and maybe this says that the Giants don't actually know that Joy Boy was Nika, because otherwise they would have been surprised that Luffy said he didn't know who Joy Boy was. So I definitely feel like that's something that could be a possibility once we get to Elbaf. Maybe they'll make the relation that Joy Boy was Nika, or maybe that'll be dropped sometime later. Welcome to the one viewer too. We are like midway, if not close to the end of chapter 1120. I will be probably reviewing everything that was going on in this chapter, but before that we did 1119 because we pretty much didn't do the chapter review for the last week. So right now we're going through 1120. Continuing on, um, enough chit chat. Shoot, we can't let them get away. Yes, ma'am. And then we see the cannons firing off towards the giant ship. But I think we should be able to scrutinize and learn about the past from every perspective possible. I only wish I had more time. So Vegapunk is pretty much just going over what he wishes he would have done when the Void Sentry was being researched. So that's pretty cool. We cut to this shot of Saint Jupiter, and he is pretty much about to go in on the Iron Giant. Iron Giant looks like it's squaring up, or it looks like it's about to do some kind of punch. Almost even looks like the thing on its back is turning. But Vegapunk says, but there are those who cannot be stopped. It's ready to fire. What's gonna come out? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I forgot that Frankie and Sanji are already on the giant ship. I thought that they were on the Sunny for a second. I was like, why are they there? Did they already land? We didn't see it. But anyways, we see Jupiter, and he is pretty much going down towards the Iron Giant. They think it's gonna be a robot fist, kind of like Frankie's strong right or some kind of beam. And then we see, and then it says, "Uh-oh." So I guess he's out of gas, or maybe he's that old. And then we have Luffy, Frankie, and Sanji all like, what the heck? What is he even doing? And then, watch out, robot. And then we get a shot of the robot. I think he's grabbing Saint Peter as he's trying to eat him. And then he says, wow, robot, it seems the last 900 years have rendered those weapons inoperable. So yeah, it was the age. That robot's been like basically just in existence for so long that all of its weapons are just. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Peter, crush them where they stand. End this transmission once and for all. And then we see oh my god. I always get the names. It's the names. Oh my god. I'm gonna get it. Give me 1 second. I know who it is. I'm not checking the tab. It's freaking oh my god, dude. It's just, okay, fuck it, man. Hold on. Saint J Garcia. Like I swear, because I'm learning so many of their names, it's like so hard to actually like keep up with each individual name and the form back to back. Like I don't know if it's just me or not. Like I'm so used to just saying the Gorosei in general, and I've known Saint J Garcia since obviously he went onto the ship with Kizaru, who obviously that's whose name I remember because some characters I do, but like we haven't actually individually seen Saint Saturn since like it's been a little bit. It hasn't been too long, but like actually focused on him before all the Gorosei pulled up. It was like maybe like 20 chapters ago about. So like I don't know. Anyways, let me get back to it. So we see Saint Saturn, and he is jumping onto the giant ship, and will not let you escape. And he's literally on the ship, and they're all freaking out because they're like, what the heck? This freaking spider just jumped onto our ship. Kuma, Bonnie. And then you've got a shot of Kuma looking absolutely destroyed. I like this panel Oda drew. It looks cool. We've got Bonnie, obviously de-aged. And then we've got Sanji going, huh? And he's looking up, and he sees the Sunny. He says, that's the Sunny? And hold on tight, we're going down. So we have the Sunny flying down towards the giant ship. Are we gonna make it? You can kind of see like the coast and then the actual like the ship, so that's pretty interesting. But then we cut back to Atlas and Ethan says, "So you mean to make a grand sacrifice of yourself?" And then, yeah, he just pretty much takes Atlas out. Nah, I'm just lending a hand. So I guess Ethan slashed Atlas, and then she actually. Oh wow. Okay, so she pretty much, and I can tell by the panel already. I didn't even scroll down, but I can already see it. So as Ethan takes her out, she then explodes, thus giving the Sunny Go enough of a boost, or maybe a different angle to shift towards, where they can actually make it now to the ocean. So Atlas literally just sacrificed herself. She didn't do anything when it came to York, which that doesn't matter, but like we thought that was gonna happen, and now she literally just blew herself up to give the Straw Hats that extra boost to get out of the top of the island and into the water or the ocean. So now, wow, this is like really small. So give me 1 second. Can I like zoom in? Open image in new tab. Can I do that? There we go. That's way better. All right. So 25 years ago, the Goldie Roger the pirate Goldie Roger, "We're gonna make it," says everybody on the Sunny, "achieved the unprecedented by circumnavigating the globe. It only worked 'cause of you, Atlas, right?" And then you have Chopper and Usopp crying. Vegapunk saying, "I have no doubt they heard the whole thing." Hmm. Let me just go through Vegapunk's message consistently real quick. 25 years ago, the pirate Goldie Roger achieved the unprecedented by circumnavigating the globe. I have no doubt they heard the whole thing. And then I'm gonna go bottom right to, well, actually I'll go left. I'll go left. We'll go to Vegapunk's panel, then we'll cut right and go down to the left. "I am confident you have all come to the same conclusion at this point, and I anticipate." God, dude, it's like I don't know if that's the end of his message. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. "I am confident you have all come to the same conclusion at this point, and I anticipate that is what will ultimately determine how things transpire in the future." Hmm. It's just so interesting because like it's so hard to read it coherently because we're going from right to left, but then all the actions on the bottom right. So they could Oda could have made this paneling a little bit better. But I guess it is what it is. We'll go to the bottom left one. It says, "Wait, was that? Did he say Goldie Roger?" And then we're cutting to Atlas, and she's saying, "Atlas, Atlas's signal is gone. It finally happened. I'm the last Vegapunk. No, not quite. We have let you say far too much, Stella. Indeed, this is the end." And we have Topman and we have Jupiter pulling up on the Iron Giant. "Oh my, I have really rusted away. This is the time you spoke of, right, Joy Boy? Can I use it?" And then, let's see here. They must have heard the voices of the past from the purest source possible. Hmm. From the purest source possible. Color spread and color. Wait. Cover and color spread next issue. A visionary envisions the future. So okay, holy shoot. Okay, I don't really know what to say about this chapter. I mean, it is good. I feel like we're definitely getting towards the point where everything's going to like, conclude, but then the major peak of this announcement, but whatever the Iron Giant is going to use, I'm guessing it's a grand weapon that's actually going to be used on the Gorosei. The other thing I would say is that this message, like I wish the speech bubbling was a little bit better because even though it's cool, it's very hard to like actually get a direct reading on it. Like even if you're reading this by yourself, you're trying to go through and read everything that they're saying, but then read everything that Vegapunk is saying, and it doesn't really work when you're reading manga because like you're trying to continuously read things in either a back-to-back conversational sense or you're trying to read one part at a time and then another. But Oda made it so it's literally just like text bubbles and then regular ones from what's going on, and then text bubble, and then regular, and then text bubble. And that's the thing. And like you kind of have to pick, because you could go to the bottom right and then go all the way left, or you could go left and then bottom right in order to actually read it in the order that you read it. So I'm going to real quick read Vegapunk's message all in one go instead of trying to, I guess you could say, do this. So we'll read it all together. When I said this, I meant read it all together versus just Vegapunk's message. So Vegapunk says, 25 years ago, the pirate Goldie Roger achieved the unprecedented by circumnavigating the globe. I have no doubt they heard the whole thing. They must have heard the voices of the past from the purest source possible. I am confident you have all come to the same conclusion at this point, and I anticipate that it what that God cannot read. I anticipate that is what will ultimately determine how things transpire in the future. So, okay. So again, we kind of like I'm kind of left wondering what this purest source is. It could have been the ancient kingdom. It could have been the people of the D clan, which I'm gonna kind of guess and say it's the people of the D clan, because the people of the D clan probably had the voice of all things, but at the same time, we know that that might not be fully true, because the voice of all things actually is inside things such as sea beast too. So I don't know what the actual original source is when it comes to the voice of all things, but I will say that I mean I'm interested to see what the purest source possible is, and then I definitely can't wait until we see what this Iron Giant does. I'm also glad that we were finally able to actually make it to the bottom of the island, well, mainly the ocean, because it's cool that we now have the Straw Hats all together, and they're all about to basically take off once they can fend off the Gorosei and get out of there. I'm curious to see how the Gorosei will actually be fended off, or maybe rendered a little bit, I guess you could say, like helpless in the escaping of the Straw Hats, and I'm wondering how they'll escape too. I'm hoping Kuma does something, because I don't think they're really just gonna sail away all normal, and I don't think they're gonna beat the Gorosei. So something has to happen here that kind of puts a lot of distance between them, so they can keep sailing on, and then we probably go to Elbaf from there. Alice's sacrifice was amazing. Definitely the goat for this chapter. It was pretty cool seeing the Iron Giant pull some moves too. Interesting that its weapons are rendered a little bit useless though because of the fact of its age. Um, we didn't really have anything else. I mean, we had the Iron Giant and Joy Boy meeting. I just wish we could finally get to the part where Luffy finds out that he is Joy Boy, or Nika, or both, or how those two actually relate to each other and then Luffy. But that again will probably happen on Elbaf, so that was pretty cool. Um, we had the shocking moment of Atlas hitting Lilith, which I did not suspect, but that was cool. A lot of also pages on this panel in this chapter. Oda did really good and actually snapped on this chapter. He drew us a lot. Definitely a lot of panels and just pages for this chapter in general. What else did we have? Well, we had Vegapunk's message going across the world, and it was pretty cool seeing him pretty much like get together with Clover and getting more of an in-depth on Clover and Vegapunk's relationship back when they were younger. That was actually pretty cool. What else? I think that was really it. I mean, it was pretty cool. We saw a little bit of the evolution of Punk Records, because we saw 20 or Punk Hazard, sorry, 26 years ago, and then we cut to the one where it's 22 years ago. So if you can see the page, it's pretty much a bigger factory, if you will, or bigger lab, where like there's like three kind of main buildings and a tunnel. It looks like, and then in the first one, it looks like they're there, but it looks like it's only one building each. It looks a little bit separate. Maybe it's the angle, but either way, the tunnel's still there too. But yeah, it was just pretty cool. This was a good chapter. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean that was really it. Guys, I just want to end it on this note. I really have no theories past like I just hope we get to see what this weapon is that the Iron Giant is going to use. And then I am curious to see how the Straw Hats will get away from the Gorosei. So, Yeah, guys, that was everything. Thank you for coming back this week or even watching this video if you did. Again, I'm sorry about missing the past week or two. It was just because of the holidays and work. But I do plan again to upload more as much as I can, really. At this point, we're kind of just getting everything that we can done. But there's just things going on with like my art and animation, and then also just trying to stay on a schedule with this and work that makes it so it's a little bit tricky to keep uploading to you guys consistently. I am going to try my best and keep doing that. So whether you're watching the video now or in the future or whenever you're watching it, I really appreciate it. And definitely make sure again to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get our name out there. We're trying to grow the channel. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that cover One Piece content, but we will get ourselves out there too. We just need to keep going, and so do you guys if you have that kind of goal. So, without further ado, that was 1,119 and 1,120. So,